Hey, hey, you guys. Today is unfortunately September 11th, and we all know what today means in the world. Um, my prayers, my thoughts, my condolences goes out to not just the whole world today, but of course those who have lost someone due to 9/11, someone who became disabled due to 9/11, someone who has PTSD, anything due to 9/11. Please know that my heart goes out to you all. Um, I am Kia, and thank you for being here today. Um, as you know, I am on this healing journey to deal with childhood trauma, to unpack it um, so that I can deal with my triggers and behavioral patterns because I want to be a better person. Today has been a long day. It's Monday. But I needed to get on here today because last week I did take off last week. Um, and I know that I said that I was going to be consistent and be on here every week. But oftentimes I realize that I do want to be on here every single week, but sometimes, depending on what I'm discussing, I need to take a mental break and deal with what I've shared, how it made me feel, reflect on, just checking in, making sure that I'm good mentally. Because when I'm talking to you all, I am talking, I am sharing, but I also watch it by myself. And before, during, and after, I unfortunately have to revisit these things that I share with you all. And so I make sure that I journal, how I feel because it's important. I don't know why I have been, excuse me, I've been so dehydrated. And all I do is drink water. I love, see, don't I look dehydrated or something? Ugh, I don't like that. And I have on gloss. I know y'all like, get out of here. Uh, this is where I go live. So y'all can get the real me. Is it gone? Is it? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. It could have been a buildup of, 'cause I don't know. I've been on a laptop applying for jobs, so I bet put some chapstick on. Maybe I need a little re-up. I don't know. But we're back. Thank you for cruising with Key. Like I was saying, last week was a lot to unpack and to deal with. So well, the last time I was on here. So I ended up taking I think that was the 29th. So I took last week off to deal with it because it's something that I don't talk about often at all. I don't like to revisit it. It's a very touchy subject. Um, but I'm doing good. I'm doing a lot better than what I was. I tell you that. Thank you for all those who checked on me. Um, and I need to correct something. I actually did not have a conversation with his mom, my second mom, my cousin, who I call mom. That conversation didn't happen February 2017. It actually happened February 2018. And I remember it because, excuse me, I went to her condo at the time to have a conversation about what I had experienced as a child. And I remember a few months later, I closed on my house. I turned a different age. I started a whole new job. I mean, things were really looking up for me. So I felt like the more, I think that was the first time I realized that the more that I lift the rug up that I've been walking on for so long that had become uncomfortable, that had became uncomfortable, that the more that I take the stuff from under the rug, the more of a smooth foundation I'll have that I created. You know what I mean? I don't know what is going on, y'all. And I'm always noticing something like I don't know what's going on today. I don't like it. Maybe it's this. Hold on. Let me check. Maybe it's the light. It's not. I need that back. I don't know what's going on. Look, we got good days, we got bad days, okay? And I need to take my hair out. I'll take it out. Tomorrow will be a month, so I'll take it out this weekend. Wear it out for 2 weeks, and then styled up, it shall go again. So yeah, you guys. Things are looking up for me. And let me just say this. As much the song that I'm playing today is by Smokey Norfolk. It's old, but it's called I Need You Now because that was helping me um on my mini sabbatical for a week. That song blessed me a lot. And I was like, I gotta make sure that I remember to play this because that's just really how I felt because I didn't want to get to a place where let me tell y'all something. Sometimes when you open up that box and you just start digging, life can get real tricky for you real quick. Real tricky, real quick. And I just did not want, let me make sure the music is not overpowering my voice. Um, I did not want to get to a sunken place because I'm up here, reminiscing and stuff. And so now I'm this pity party type thing. No, I'm not about to do that. Like I said, journal, read my word, and definitely, listening to some gospel just to keep my mind at ease, at bay. In the moments when I did not feel it, I let God be God because I always know a breakthrough is around the corner. That's number one. And I'm excited that autumn is around the corner. That means it's harvest time. So everything that I've reaped, I mean, everything that I've sowed, I shall reap. I've planted a lot of seeds with tears and prayers. Okay. Um, so I know that things are really just going to get better for me the more I do better for myself. I need to say that regardless of what I've shared thus far about my second mom, I loved her a great deal. When I tell you I loved her like she was my real mother, like I loved her. I still do. I love her with every fiber in my being. I really love her a lot. And unfortunately, yesterday marked 2 years that she had passed away. And it was tough, but I linked up with my cousins. I was the oldest, so all my little cousins, and we went to brunch and we had a really good time. Then we went to my cousin house and had some more fun. And then I came home and I passed right out. When I tell you I went to sleep, I showered and was like, yeah. So that's probably another reason why today has just been a long day for me because Sunday fun day was lit. Um, And we talked about her a little bit, but we wanted to make sure that we only said like all the good and funny stuff. We didn't want it to be sad at all. And oftentimes, when it's somebody's like memorial celebration, when you start talking about sad stuff, I swear to goodness, it kills the vibe. Everybody gets so emotional. It's okay to cry and have happy tears and cry through laughter. But I never, ever, 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 ever thought, I don't know why we think some people will never leave this earth, but she was one of the ones that for some reason I thought I would go before her. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little, it still, it still affects me a great deal that she's gone. I mean, there's so many questions, there's so many other conversations that we never had. And I know that I had talked to her 2 weeks before she passed away. Um, and I think, and I would call every now and again. She'll call me every now and again. I do wish that when I was invited to Thanksgiving the previous year that I had went. Now, what I did was I created boundaries. Once we had that conversation, and because I never got an apology, and I feel a lot of different things from that conversation, but more importantly, I didn't feel any remorse or sympathy or compassion for what I endured as a child. Um, and I don't know why. So that's one thing that I wish that I would have asked. It's crazy that when we linked up, I mean, it was, "Hey mom, how you doing? I'm checking on you. Hope all is well. How you doing during COVID?" And stuff like that. And she'll call me, "Have you talked to your sister? Had a dream about her?" Or she'll hit me up and say she's preaching this Sunday. She want me to come. And so there are things like I really distance myself to a certain degree to create boundaries for sure. Um, but I miss her a lot. And I know some of y'all like, how could you love somebody like that and you still had a relationship? Because that's who I am. Some of my friends will tell you people that I've forgiven. I mean, it's all right to forgive, but you ain't got to let them back in your life. Like you forgive and let go and let God and let back in. I am probably the most forgiving person that I know on this earth. Um, and I know it's because I have a relationship with God, because God gives us grace. And I know I'm not God. I'm definitely never try to be God. However, like I know that she was in her 20s when this stuff was happening, I believe. No, I think she was 27 when she first gave us up. I don't know, but she was still young. You know what I mean? So I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And for me, if I can forgive my mother for all the things that I endured because she was just an absentee mom, then of course I can forgive the one who took me from her, even though I endured a lot because of her too. It's just that I don't love from a conditional place. I love unconditionally. Like, yeah, you did this. Yeah, you said that. Yeah, this happened and this happened. But I love you in spite of. I mean, you my family. That's all I know. Literally, don't ask me nothing about aunts, uncles. No, if you ever hear me say aunt this or uncle that, they are a cousin, a first, second, or third. I don't know nothing about I don't even know if I have aunts and uncles out here. I think that my mom had siblings, but I wouldn't know because I've never met them. I've never even met my grandparents on my mother's side. Well, my father's side for that matter. No, I think I did meet my father's mother. But outside of that, all I knew is my cousin who I called Ma, and then anybody that was around during that time. Other than that, and we not the family that had family reunions. I've already talked about that before. Our family too, every house for themselves type of family. Like, we don't be linking up doing no family stuff. I for sure wish, but excuse me. Why is that happening every time I take some sips of this water? I need to slow down. Um, but I'm so dehydrated. As if I have not, if y'all knew how often I fill this here water cup up, I fill this water cup all day long. Not now, no, not just this one. I have several tumblers. Lord, I can't tell you how many tumblers I got. So, like, I don't like drinking out of bottled water. And I feel like, the more you fill this up, the quicker you consume water. So, yeah, I'm weird. Forget y'all. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's that. I'm just very, very, very forgiving. And again, that's the only family that I knew. So I think that because of that, I was pressed to have a relationship. Like if my cousins be like, "Hey, we doing this, we doing," I be like, "Oh, I want to come." Knowing that even if my cousin there, it's like it's weird. I It's such a long story, you guys. It's so much to unpack, but I wanted to come on here and let you know that I don't like. despise her. I don't hate my second mom. I love her. I miss her. I wish that she was still living. Um, I appreciate her living her whole life about God and for God. That's all I knew about her. I don't even know her hobbies. Jesus, getting to know Jesus, listening to gospel and drinking water and eating healthy. Like I'm not using salt and sugar and stuff, but like she was very funny and she was beautiful. Very beautiful woman, very beautiful woman. Um, we call her the goat of the family. You know, things happen and we wish they didn't. You can't take them back. But how I feel about her will always remain the same. Do I have some ill will feelings? I would say yes, because how I created boundaries with not really showing up to things that I really wanted to show up to, but I didn't because I knew that I still wasn't comfortable knowing that I needed to still have more conversations. And I think that as I got older and I wanted to have conversations, I don't think that I knew how, or I think that I just was like, it's whatever. Again, boundaries, protecting myself of maybe still getting the same response. You know what I'm saying? But I still wish that I honestly still wish that I would have said something. Because it's some what you could call it unfinished business, but it's over now because she ain't here. So that's how I know one day, I don't know how, but I need to contact my cousin and I need to have a conversation with him as adults. You know, he needs to know that I remember everything. He needs to know that I do not appreciate that I've never received an apology. An apology is necessary. I know some of y'all like, before what? That happened so long a time ago. Yeah, but he still have breath in his body and so do I. And if that's the case, then you need to take ownership and accountability for what you did. You know, um, I think everybody should. When you if you've wronged somebody and you still are living and they are too, go ahead and man up or woman up and tell them exactly how you feel. And because it helps you, it frees you. That's what y'all don't understand. Forgiveness is never about the other person. It's about you. It's all about me. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to keep going around and tiptoeing, like when he's around and it's a family situation and he's around, like, y'all would never know how I feel on the inside because I don't show it at all. I feel like it might kill the vibe around everybody and stuff like that. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I don't let nobody, like his kids or nieces and nephew, which are my family, my cousins, I don't hold no grudge against them. They didn't do this. Even my cousins who are, my second mom grandkids, like, no, like those my boys, those my dogs. Like that's them my hearts right there. You know what I mean? They didn't do anything, and grandma actually didn't do nothing. I mean, she did a lot of stuff. Like, I have a tendency to sugarcoat some stuff, but yeah, she did a lot. I went through a lot. But again, I still loved her with everything I had, everything that I had, every way that I knew how. Um, I loved her and I forgave her. Of course I did. I would not be able to have these kind of conversations with you all if I have not forgiven her, and if I have not forgiven her son. I have forgiven everybody for everything that they have ever done to me. I pray that everything that I've done to people, people have forgiven me. Um, Sometimes people do things because they're sick. Sometimes people do things because they don't know any better, and you have to give people some grace. You have to give yourself some grace. Um, And being molested at 8, 9 years old, that's a very tough pill to swallow. And it's a very tough situation to walk around the earth just bottled all up on the inside. Like, you got to talk to somebody about it. Like, you have to. I pray that if you've ever been sexually assaulted in any manner, that you talk about it, even if you can't talk about it to the person who did it, then at least talk to somebody. Just go to counseling. I don't care if you go and say, talk to the Lord John, talk to the priest. Father, forgive me for I have sinned. But you do. Harboring all of this hatred towards somebody that needs forgiveness so that I can be free and free from bitterness and free from feeling unwanted and rejected and abandoned and used and misunderstood and unseen and free from being abused in every area you can think of. I've been sexually abused, I've been mentally abused, I've been verbally abused, I've been physically abused. Um, I've been abused, I think, under every category abuse comes. And it sucks, it really sucks. And I try my best to make sure that I'm not being that way towards people. Now, have I gotten in fights? Yes. Have I started some things? Yes. Have I put my hands on people? Yes. None of that is okay. You know what I mean? Now, it hasn't been a lifestyle of mine to jump out there and do something crazy or out my character. We all have a tendency to jump outside of who we are, being reactionary, whether it's you being defensive, whether you're being triggered, um, whether you're just making an whether you're just being emotional and you just, kirking, whether you're just frustrated, it's always a reason for your actions. Every action causes a reaction. So just make sure that you're aware of, this is why I do this, because I want to be aware of what triggers me so that I can minimize some of my negative reactions, because it ain't a good look. Now, I ain't gonna be perfect. We all need work for the rest of our lives. Okay, we're gonna need it for the rest of our lives. But I want to get a head start. If I die today or tomorrow, at least I can say that I died with with what am I looking for? I died searching for a sense of freedom in self. And that's a beautiful way to go. I think I've told y'all several times, I'm not afraid to die. I don't want to die no time soon. I want to see all my nieces and nephews go to college, get married, and stuff like that. I want to see what my life look like when I'm 50. I want to see my whole hair turn gray. I want to see my all of my friends, grow old with their mates, by themselves, with their children, what their children are doing, and their children have children. I mean, there's so many things. I want to get this book out. I want to do a album one day just full of gospel worship songs, just a gospel praise and worship album. Like, there's so many things that I want to do. Um, and the best is yet to come. So I knew I was not going to be on here long. Um, because if I be on here too long, then I'm gonna go to another story. And y'all know I like to do them in spurts. So today is actually the last day that I'm talking about my second mom for right now. Y'all have no idea. My life was like this. Boop, 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 boop. Like up and down, up and down, up and down. 1 minute I'm here, 1 minute I'm there. Pew. Like, it was a lot. So next week when I get on here, I'm definitely going to be talking about what happened, because I told y'all that what happened, how I got chastised, and the ending was me getting dropped off Child and Family Services. Of course, I got to tell you what happened after that. The journey continues back to foster care and back to learning new people and a new school and new environment, new neighborhood, new personalities, new challenges. It's it's a lot. But listen, I thank God that I don't look like what I've been through. I thank God that I am trying to not act like what I've been through, if that makes any sense, if y'all understanding what I'm saying. um, I just really, really, really just I deserve to be happy. I really just want to be happy for the rest of my life. I want to laugh for the rest of my life. I know that ups and downs are going to come. I know that trials and tribulations going to come my way, but I'm tired of just being sad all the time and crying all the time, being extra emotional because there's so much things that I just did not deal with. Um, resentment, betrayal, abandonment, rejection, not feeling love, not feeling desired to be taken care of and cared for, and the lack of empathy and compassion for me. Um, so yeah, I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to say, I mean, I have a good life. I'm not, please by no way mistake what I'm saying is that I'm not happy and I don't have a good life. I have a very good life, but it could be better and I can be better, and it starts with me dealing with things that I've never talked about and that I just held in, and it's spewing out, and it don't look good. It ain't pretty. You know what I mean? Um and I'm a butterfly. I went, and I tell y'all that all the time. I went to the nail salon Thursday evening, and I told her that I want, she was like, design. I was like, I want your designs. I love, she does all of my designs. Just she's creative. Like, she's not looking at, I don't show her a picture. She's not looking at no book or nothing. So she grabbed, she was like, I'm doing these two fingers. And I was like, oh, you switching it up. Because normally she do these two, right, y'all? So she's switching up and she just doing the little colors and stuff. And she just designed. I'm like, what is she doing? Please look. It's a butterfly. Spread your wings and prepare to fly. You will become a butterfly. Fly abundantly into the sky. Yeah, so I have wings on each finger, and then you put it together, it's a butterfly. So I thought that that was so dope, and I was like, "Come on, God!" When I looked at it, I was like, "God, you are something else." Because I told y'all last time, I just want to soar. That's it. That's it. I just want to soar and be like an eagle. I'm on the way. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all with all my heart. Thank you for everyone that have subscribed. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And thank you for sharing. Have an amazing week. Please have an amazing week. I will see y'all in a few days. Okay? Pray for me as I pray for you. Bye.